I'm so excited. I'm so excited to talk to you and to actually officially share my free 3-day inclusion in business workshop that is coming up next week. I was meant to share it on Monday, but me being me and being the rebellious kind of person that I am, I don't even like to stick to my own timelines and own time frames because I find it very restrictive. So I'm sure a lot of you who are entrepreneurs feel the same thing. You love your freedom, which is a lot of the time why we're actually in business. But I do want to share the workshop with you. But before I do that, I'm going to do a really super duper quick acknowledgement of country. So I, Louise O'Reilly of the Wadawurra and Noongar people, would like to acknowledge the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation as the traditional and ongoing custodians of the lands and waters on which I am on today. And I pay deep, loving gratitude and respects to the elders of this place. So let's get into it. It's been a minute since I have actually shared, done a workshop or a webinar or anything like that, and I'm actually really, really super excited about this particular workshop. So much of my energy is going into this, and one thing that I'm super excited about is to share or watch you really understand how, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you can actually create massive positive social change for inclusion in your business. You absolutely have the potential, absolutely have the capacity to. So let's get a little bit into it. I'm going to share in this particular live all the little bits and pieces about the workshop. Now, I do have some notes off to the side, so if you do see me looking off to the side, I have got some notes because I want to make sure that you know all the little bits and pieces about it and you're completely informed about the workshop before we actually do it. And I've just realized I haven't even shared the link for you to check it out yourself. Select all, copy. Now, I hope that you'll be able to see this. In the comments section, there is the space where you can go see info page to go check that out, and also register. So, but before you even register, let's give you some information about what it's actually about. So let's show this one, who the free 3-day workshop is actually for. So I've created this workshop for those business owners who are kind of at their wits' end with watching the status quo unfold through business, and watching and seeing how people are oppressed by the business systems that are considered normal business systems, and how that level, that standard of everyday business is actually really poor. It doesn't even meet minimum standard for human rights. It doesn't even meet minimum standards for having equity and accessibility and those kinds of things. And you're so socially conscious that you can see it. You can see it happening in business. You can see it popping up over and over with, business gurus and business coaches. And it's frustrating. It's really, really annoying to see how that status quo, how that, that patriarchal system that we've been living in, that really hierarchical type system and privilege system is being embedded and weaved through the whole system of the way we run business in our society. And you're ready to go, no, I'm going to dissolve this. I'm not going to be participating in this anymore. I don't want a part of it. So here are three ways that you can really recognize whether this is going to be for you. It is, you're a compassionate change maker. So this is when you're like, yes, the world must change, it needs to change, and I want to be part of that change. I want to be that socially conscious business owner who takes action. I want to be that socially responsible CEO. This is about up-leveling your business. This is about taking it from that, and I'm going to keep saying status quo because that's probably the best way to do it. It's just like, it's blah. It's blah of business. It's white noise. It's it's not as impactful as I know you really want it to be. And And I'm not just talking about impactful as in terms of global social change or your own country social change. I'm talking about the social change and the impact that actually happens with your clients, with your customers, with your audience, with your group programs, with your memberships. It actually creates positive social impact in those spaces, in your spaces, with your dream clients, those ones that you are here to help, to support, to provide medicine for, whatever it is that you do. It can be more. And inclusion is that, and I immediately got a stream, is that stream or river, that way of flowing to that new place. You acknowledge your privilege. It's really important, before you come into the workshop, to understand that if you, for one, own a business, you're privileged. You have the potential for massive influence. People look up to you. People listen to you. You have an audience. And with that brings social power and social influence. Really acknowledging that, but not only from a business perspective, but looking at your own life and how privileged you are in your own life. The next thing is you really value business leadership. Uh, because you just see so often that there are people just following business systems, business processes, and it's quite blindly followed, not understanding the roots or the base cause of why those things are happening, and not understanding that continuing the participation in those particular systems of business and ways of doing business were actually built to only support people who are privileged. And the really important thing to remember is not everyone in your niche, not all of your soulmate dream clients are that most privileged sector. There are people who are marginalized in your dream niche, and they're actually being excluded. They're being left out, and you're kind of letting go of, and I guess not even living up to standard of what you're here to create, what you're here to support, and who you're here to support. So absolutely, you value business leadership. Now let's turn to this one, what you're actually going to get from the workshop. So the first thing you're going to get is confidence, because you're going to get confidence to speak about inclusion and all the other little aspects of inclusion. It's when you go through what I'm going to share in the workshop, you will understand how it all works together. And when you understand how it all works together, you know with confidence the things that you're here to say and how to say them. You'll also get fulfillment. So the people that I work with, they are really soul-driven business owners. They are those CEOs that want to be part of the change. They know that how they participate, the things that they do, how they show up actually create an impact and a ripple, not only through their own clients and business community, but wider as well, out to their families, the families of their clients, and it keeps rippling out. So they know that the things they do and say really do have an impact, and they want to consciously make sure they are showing up in a way that's going to create the world that they want for future generations. They want to leave a legacy that is something they can be really proud of, something that is going to improve the world in some way. So from it, because you're taking action, you get that fulfillment as well. It's not just something nagging in your mind, constantly saying, you know, let's be inclusive, let's work on how to have organic diversity come to us, and but then being completely confused about what to actually do, because with the workshop, you'll know the actual actions to take afterwards. You'll also get clarity. And when I say clarity, I'm talking about clarity of where you as an individual and a unique business fit into the conversation of inclusion and all the little parts of inclusion. And this is not a cookie cutter thing. It is absolutely bespoke. It's absolutely customized to you and who you are as an individual. There is no two people with two businesses that have the same, I'm going to say, fingerprint of how they fit into the conversation of inclusion, diversity, equity, acceptance, accessibility. They're just absolutely not the same, because they can't be the same, because you're a complete complex human and your business is a complete complex entity. So that's something else we'll be doing in the workshop. There is heaps, but I'll also talk a little bit more about the more practical business stuff that you'll get through the workshop as well. So I'll be reading these straight off my notes. So number one, what it gives you is the process you need to move out of feeling unsure what you can actually say, and go into knowing what's actually appropriate and respectful for you to say, and how you can actually contribute to the conversations around all of those different things. Number two, you'll know the steps you need to know to get out of being frozen with fear. So there is so much intention. There is so much wonderful intention of being inclusive and supporting marginalized people and equity and all of those really, really beautiful things, accessibility, all of that stuff. But the fear is so great. The fear of making a mistake, of getting it wrong, the fear of causing more harm to the people you're actually trying to support, the fear of causing offense, the fear of confrontation, the fear of judgment. There's so much stuff that kind of just gets in your way. And I'm not going to lie, it feels big. It feels really, really big. And especially when you are having conversations or you're wanting to talk about real things, things that are actually going to have a massive impact in the world, things that are important, things that are actually going to be changing people's lives, is not something that many people want to talk about or are talking about. And that's not necessarily because they don't want to, but it's because they don't have the tools, they don't have the processes, they don't have the strategies, they don't have the understanding. And sometimes it comes down to they don't have the awareness. So you're actually going to get comfortable and confident about stepping out of that fear and into your confident self. Okay, number three. Strategies on how you can avoid confrontation and causing offense, and how you can manage them respectfully if they do occur. And that's a big if they do occur. But before it even gets to that point, the processes and strategies I'm going to share with you on how to actually have these conversations, the chance of them actually going to any kind of offense or any kind of confrontation is very, very minimal. And there's a key reason for it, but I'm not going to share that with you now, because that's what's going to be shared in the workshop. There are two really key reasons for that. And so yeah, if you want to, if you want to know more, go jump in the comments box. There is a place where you can register. Okay, let's move on to the next thing you're going to get from this workshop, and that is, so up to number 4. And so you're going to get a guide to identify the marginalized sector of your niche, of your dream clients, and how you can inclusively support them through your business systems and your business culture. And this is what I was talking a little bit about before, that that being inclusive is not just about the big picture stuff. It's also about within your own business. How can you actually support your dream clients, your particular niche? How can you actually be and provide your service at a better level? This is absolutely 100% up leveling your business. And I'm I can't even, I'm so excited. I'm really excited. And what makes me excited about it is because I am offering it for free. So I know that this can make people just join even if they're curious. But that curiosity is all they need to understand that you can have a massive impact. Yeah, really, really excited. And number 5 is you get a strategic business process that supports inclusion and organically attracts diversity into your business. So many of my clients are like, I one of my values are inclusion, and I really love and respect and honor diversity. And I want to have that diversity in my business because I understand how it absolutely benefits everyone and everything to be diverse and inclusive and be accepting and all that kind of stuff. So there's this conceptual understanding of how it actually benefits business, how it benefits people, and how it connects us. It's like there's so many beautiful levels to this, but they're not sure how to actually create, design, innovate, grow. And a lot of these businesses are already established businesses, so it's really redesigning your business. It's really innovating, up leveling your business, and looking at the evolution and allowing that next level of evolution of your business to happen to make it a better, more inclusive, socially conscious, responsible, amazing business. So you will get that as well in that workshop, how to actually organically attract that to you. So that is pretty much the workshop, what you'll get out of it. But the dates and times. So it starts, the first day is on Monday, 22nd of November, 2021. Not that I think I need to put down the date as well, but it is next week. So it is on the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 24th of November. And the times that it will be streamed at my end here in Borloo in Perth is 10 a.m. Australian Western Standard Time. So if you're over east in Australia at the moment, if you are in daylight savings, you add 3 hours to that. And if you are not in daylight savings, but you still are in the eastern states, that's adding 2 hours to that particular time. So for daylight savings, it'll be 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. And for standard time in the eastern states, it will be 12 noon. So, and they will run for around about an hour each. It is a workshop, so it will be hands-on. You will be getting asked questions. You will be completing things as we go along the workshop. I did feel like I needed to tell you something else to do with that. Oh, I forgot to add. Oh, let me just add something in here. Did I spell it right? I did. Bonuses. So there are bonuses as well. So this is a live workshop. So if you are attending live with me, it has bonuses. So if you are attending live with me every single day whoever is live will go into the draw to get a one-on-one 1 hour coaching session with me. I'm really excited about that. When we do one-on-one stuff, we go to a whole new level. There is such deep understanding, and it is just so wonderful to see those the ideas, the visions come through, and understanding how we can actually make, how the person with me can actually take action in the way that they do, in the way they show up because of who they are and what they're here to do. So exciting. So that you'll go into the draw for that. Oh yes, also I have to let you know that we will be closing registrations. I normally keep my registrations open and people can join whenever. I actually will be closing my registrations for this particular workshop. So this workshop, the registrations will close this Sunday. Let me check the date for you. We'll be closing on the 21st. No, it's not. It will be closing on the Monday the 22nd, but it will be closing at 8 a.m. my time, Australian Western Standard Time. And so that just gives me a couple of hours to make sure everyone's got the links that they need to join me. And yeah, it will be closed. So it's only, those bonuses are only going to be for those people who are actually registered. Now, if you cannot make the time, that's okay. Recording will be made available only for a limited time though, because I understand we're in business, we're busy, and sometimes we just can't book out, 3 hours in a following week. Totally fine. And this is why I'm allowing a limited time for replays to be watched for that workshop as well. And the only other thing is there may be more bonuses. There may be more bonuses. I like to give stuff. So I don't know. If you show up, there might be more bonuses. There might not be. And I think I would have answered pretty much all of your questions so far. It's when you sign up, you'll get an email through with all the details on there as well. So just make sure you keep that particular email safe so you can join the live streams. And that is it. So the only question really is now, are you ready to be a socially responsible CEO? It's absolutely stepping into your CEO shoes, no longer about being the business owner that is behind the 8 ball, who is kind of doing things on the fly. It's really about conscious creation and future visioning for your business and what you want to be bringing into the world and creating in the world, and knowing that because of your privilege, because of who you are, because of what you're here to do, how you show up will have ripple effects all over the world. It is the path to our new beautiful world that is more inclusive. So that is all. If you have any more questions, absolutely pop them in the comment section. I would absolutely love to hear them, and it helps me answer questions that probably a lot of other people have as well. So I'm sending you so much love and joy for today, and I will see you on the next live. Bye for now.